Ooh. You know who I am. You know what I'm here to do. So I just got back from Toronto. I shouldn't say just got back. I've been back since Sunday night. Ooh, excuse me. I've been back since Sunday night. I'm here to tell you about my trip to Toronto. Now that I'm back in the States, and I would just like to sit down with my camera and just tell you all about my trip. First thing I should mention, and we're going to get this right off my chest right now. This was my first long distance bus trip. This is my first time doing such a trip to a foreign country. This is my first time doing such thing in a foreign country in their biggest city, okay? And it's a major city. I went to Toronto, fourth largest city in North America, because it goes Mexico City, then it goes New York City, LA, then Toronto, and then right after that is Chicago, and I think the next one after that is like Houston or some bullshit like that, or it's some city in Texas, I think. So this whole thing has been like a milestone for me in so many ways, and I felt like I got everything. I felt like I got a lot of, shit out of the way all at once. So it was, like I said, first bus trip, first long distance bus trip. I'm not talking about me going downtown, which takes like 10 minutes for me going to downtown Buffalo. I'm not even talking about me, taking a bus to and from Niagara Falls, which is the same bus company. Okay, it's all NFTA, so it's not even a big deal because I get that for free. So it's like, if I wanted to right now, I could just hop on a bus and go to Niagara Falls for a couple hours. Going into a foreign country, well, I've done that before. You kiddies have seen it. I've been in Canada many times. I've done videos up there. It's not a big deal for me to go to Niagara Falls for an hour and fuck around. So it's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. But I actually... And I'm still reeling from this too. Like, I'm still like saying, wow, I actually did this. Okay? First long distance bus trip, okay, to a major city in a foreign country. Okay? I did that. Okay? It was the first time, we gotta get technical here, it's the first time I've ridden a streetcar, okay? There's only 2 cities in North America that I know of that have streetcars. One is Toronto and the other one is San Francisco. Which, by the way, both those cities are the gay capitals of their respective countries, okay? I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I'm just putting that out there, okay? San Francisco's the gay capital of America. Toronto is the gay capital of Canada, okay? Moving on. First time on a streetcar. First time on a real subway, okay? Not some stupid fucking thing in Buffalo which just goes down up and down one friggin' street all day. You know? Nah, that's not real, okay? That's... Let's see here. My first Hakka meal. Now, Hakka, okay? Let's talk about the Hakka, okay? Hakka is, to be simple about it, it's Chinese and Indian food fusion, but it's more on the Chinese side, maybe. I don't know. It tasted more Chinese than Indian, to be honest. So that's another thing. What else? I don't know. I had a great time in Canada, in Toronto. So here's the blow by blow of what happened. Okay. Oh, and I should also mention too that this trip, I did this all on my own too. Like, I arranged for the transportation there. I arranged for the to stay up there. I didn't stay at a hotel. I stayed at I use a website. It's called Airbnb.com, and pretty much what it is people rent out their homes to people that are traveling or whatever, and you can get a place to stay for, like, I think I got my place for like $47 a night. So, and I should also say that I took the Mega Bus as well, and I was able to get the dollar bus for that, because what you gotta do is you have to be quick about it. You have to like they put out their schedules like little at a time, so I kind of like figured out like their schedule, like how they put them out. I believe it was like every, like, I believe it, like, I'm going to try to explain this, okay? For a while, I was looking at it and it kept saying, oh, the latest you can book is September 6th. So I'm like, okay, I want to do this on a weekend. Because at the time I was working, and the weekend was the only day that I had, the only time that I had that I can, do this. So at the time when I booked everything, I was still working and everything, so it just, like, I could have probably changed my plans so I could probably go there longer, but I was like, fuck it, I'm not changing anything. It's too much hassle. Plus I got a cat and everything, and I don't want my cat to be here all alone, no food or whatever. I didn't know how much food she had. She got back when I got back or whatever, so plus it's gonna be so much hassle that, I'll just go for a weekend. That's no big deal. So I should say this, that I booked the bus trip on my own, and I booked my stay on Airbnb on my own. So let's see here. I think the room and board was like $47 a night. And the bus was a dollar there and a dollar back, so it was like $2 round trip. But they also add on like the service fee, which is another dollar. But you know what? $4 round trip from Buffalo to Toronto, you can't beat that. You really can't beat that. And these were like nice buses too, and you really can't beat that. You know, $4 round trip plus what was it? I said $47 a night. I stayed one night, so all in all, my travel and my room and board was like $51. You really can't beat that. Especially, you know, hotels in Toronto, they go for like $500 a night. You stay at a nice hotel. Even if you stay at like a decent hotel, like I stayed at the last time I came up with my mom, she paid like $250 a night or something. And you know, I actually think that the place I stayed at this last weekend was a lot nicer than that hotel room. Even if it didn't have a pool or whatever. You know, I don't really care. So, first off, I get off the bus, right? And here's what happened. It's Saturday morning. My dad, the only thing that I had to have my dad do was drive me to the Greyhound station. That was it. You know, just because the buses weren't running at the time to get down there. Hi, Gravy. So my dad drove me to the Greyhound station in downtown Buffalo. And I sat there and I waited because my bus was supposed to be there at 6. And I was supposed to get to Toronto by 9:20, I believe it was. The bus didn't come until, oh my god, the bus didn't come until like 6:45 maybe. But it was fine because we ended up getting to Toronto anyway by 9:20. We actually got there at 9:20 in the morning. So, first thing I did, I got off the bus. It was the bus station. Okay, the bus station was at Bay Street and Dundas Street East. No. Dundas Street West and Bay Street. I keep getting that confused. East, West, you know. I'll just call it Dundas Street, okay? Because what it is in Toronto, you have the long ass fucking street that goes right down the middle of the city or whatever, and it's called Yonge Street, and it's spelled Yonge. It looks like it says Yonge, and that's why I kept saying that, because in my head, in my brain, when I seen that word, it looked like it said Yonge. Okay, you look at that word and you see, you don't think at first that's pronounced young. It says it's spelled like it's Yonge. Okay, so that out of the way. So I kept saying that. I kept saying Yonge. Ooh, look, I'm on Yonge Street, and You know, I realize that that's actually named after somebody. I think the guy was like George Young or something like that. So, me saying Yanj like that is kind of disrespectful. Because I kind of have to give a shit about it because it's named after somebody. So, yeah. So, me saying Yanj is disrespectful. So, anyway, I get off the bus. Bay Street and Dundas Street West. Okay? Then, I get off the bus. And right away, here's what I do. I go right to where, right to where I'm staying. Right, I take a walk to where I'm staying at. Okay, I was staying at a place on Shooter Street, and it's not spelled like a first person shooter. It's spelled like SHUTER. Okay, Shooter Street. And it was about a 20-minute walk. Y'all kiddies seen that, okay? So I took the walk, and pretty much I followed what it said on the GPS, okay? I had my phone has a GPS on it, and I followed it there, okay? It was a fine walk there, but I felt like the GPS kind of took me like the long way because I actually figured out that all you have to do is do a straight walk down Dundas Street, and then when I got to, I forgot the name of the street now. I believe it was Tracy Street. Don't quote me on that. When I get to Dundas Street and Tracy Street, I cut over to Tracy Street, go down there, and then the house would be like right in that block there. So I did that, or I did what the GPS said. Later, I found out that you just take friggin' Dundas all the way down. So that's where I could have improved, I guess. But I did great. So anyway, I did that. I dropped my shit off, and this is the other thing too. The people that owned the home weren't home. Okay, they weren't going to be home until Sunday afternoon, I guess. Which is really weird. I don't know if it's weird, but I don't know if it's different attitudes or whatnot, but these people gave me the combination to their front door. They're just like, oh, when you get here, you can just let yourself in. The combination is, you know, and that was that. And I'm like, well, people aren't even home, you know. See, if you were to do that in Buffalo, you'd probably get your ass robbed, you know. Probably have the cops called here every a couple times or whatever. It wouldn't be a good thing to do in Buffalo. Not when you're not home, at least. So I let myself in, and they said, "Oh, just leave," because I was communicating with on their Airbnb app. So they just said, "Oh, all you gotta do is just leave your luggage in the friggin' living room, you know, and help yourself to cookies and tea." Well, I didn't have any cookies. I didn't have any tea. I didn't really feel like going through their shit and, you know, trying to find the cookies and the tea. So I'm like, I'm just going back out. So I left my luggage there. Everything that I needed for, walking around. I had my backpack. I had the backpack strapped to my back. So, the first thing I do after getting out of their house, I walk around and get a subway, not a subway ticket, but a day pass for the TTC bus system, which you can only get in a subway station, which is kind of stupid, but I don't know, whatever. You can only get in a subway station. So then I had to walk all the way back downtown to like Yonge and Dundas, where the subway station is there. And that's another thing I should mention. This is my first time going on a subway, or not going on a subway. This is my first time going like down into a subway thing. Like, you know how like you see in movies in like New York City or whatnot, they show like the subway system, and all it is just like stairs, like right on the street. There's like a set of stairs that goes down into the subway. They have that in Toronto. My first time doing something like that. I thought it was only in movies, where you come right up on the street, you get off the subway, go through the station a little bit underground, and then you have to come up a flight of stairs. So, first time for that too. So I go down the stairs. I get my my bus pass, which by the way looks like a friggin' bingo card. I actually saved it. Now, here we go. Here's the day pass. Here's the freaking day pass for a Toronto bus system. You ready for this? You ready for this? This is what it looks like. This is a straight up bingo card. You ready? This is a straight up bingo card. Okay, can you kiddies see that? See what they do? They scratch off September, because it was September, and then they scratch off the 11. First off, how ghetto does this look? I don't know, but I have another pass somewhere for the 10th. I was like, what would happen? What would happen if I would just... What would happen if I would just scratch all those off? Then I'd have a year pass, right? Well, I guess there's some instructions on how to do this. Okay, there is no instructions. But Azima Khan said if I were to scratch off all of these, it would be invalid. I said, what if I just wanted to get a bus, what if I wanted to get a pass for like 2 days? They would scratch off September, they scratch off the 10 and the 11. Right? No, they would just give you 2 passes. Waste of paper, in my opinion. When you could have just got something like this, you know, for, I think this is how they do it in Buffalo. You could have just got like plastic or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, But the point is that the bus pass looks like a straight up bingo card. Okay? So, with that said, I got my bingo card bus pass, and it also started to rain really hard. Okay? So, I got soaked. So what I ended up doing was I ended up riding the subway back and forth a couple times. You know, just to like dry off, you know. Afterward, I was back at Young and Dundas, which is like their main center there. It's like the Times Square of Toronto, okay? So I went back there, and I was walking up and down and everything, and I went into an EB Games. You know, they have EB Games in Canada. Supposedly they have GameStops too. I didn't see any GameStop, but I seen a couple EB Games up there. So I went into an EB Games on Yonge Street near Dundas Square. I went in there, and this is what I bought. I bought Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD for the Wii U, and this was a brand new game too. But it's the Nintendo Selects one, so it's cheaper, I guess. It's like it's pretty much like the greatest hits version. I don't really care. Some people care because they collect them and shit. Some people don't want that bullshit on there where it says Nintendo Selects. So this was a new game. I believe this was I believe in the States a new Nintendo Selects game would be like $20. But in Canada that's $30, I believe. And when you think about it, it's about the same amount. It's about the same amount as in the States. It's because the Canadian dollar is worth less. It's like, I believe it's like for every dollar American, it's like $1.30 Canadian. So I have a $10 bill here. This is American. So a $10 bill, if you get this exchange into Canadian, you'll probably get about $17 or so. I don't know. I'm guessing. You'll probably get $17 Canadian. So it's about the same price. So, but like a new game, like here in the States, a new game, like something that just came out. In the States, it's $59.99, so $60. And in Canada, they're $79.99. We gotta also remember that's Canadian money, so it's like $80 Canadian, $60 American. So it's about the same because of the way it might look more expensive, but it's just because of the way, because you gotta think of it in American prices, and then you gotta realize that the Canadian dollar's worth less. So there. So I bought a Wind Waker. Then I went to the Eaton Center, which is their mall. That's like right there. The Eaton Center is like their big mall. It's probably bigger, if not, if it's probably as big, if not a little bit bigger than the Galleria Mall. I'll say it's a little bit bigger because it's 3 floors. The Galleria Mall is only 2. I believe it's 3 floors. Don't quote me on this, okay? I don't know the technical details of the mall, okay? I'm just saying that the Galleria Mall is probably the biggest mall in the Buffalo area, okay? And the Eaton Center is the big mall in the Toronto area. Don't quote me on this, okay? So I went into the Eaton Center, which, by the way, has two subway stations in it. Okay, which is actually kind of cool. It is kind of cool, actually. I believe it's the Dundas, what do you call it? The Dundas subway station, and you also have the Queen and Queen Streets. Now I'm talking like the announcer that names off the stations. Now arriving at Queen Station. That's another thing I gotta get to. That's the other thing I'm gonna have to talk about. So I went into the Eaton Center, okay? I found a music store there. It's called HMV, okay? There's another HMV that's around that area, but it's like outside. It's not in the Eaton Center. And I bought me a Rush vinyl album. It's $35, okay? You could probably convert that to American, probably be like, I don't know, $27, you know. Then again, vinyl's expensive anyway, so I'm not really mad about it. What the fuck? Okay. I'm not really upset about it. It's just, you know. So the Rush vinyl that I got was 2112, and it has a hologram on it, which I demonstrated in my video before. Okay. So after HMV, I went and I'm over here, you know, on Facebook Messenger with Azima, and she's like, I have to do cleaning or whatever. I'll meet up with you later. And I'm like, okay. Well, I was starting to get, you know, fucking, what do you call it? I was hungry, okay? That's you know, and you can make the joke, oh, you're always hungry, you're fucking fat, you know? But no, I was fucking hungry. I could fucking feel it. So, all around, I see shit like Subway. I see shit like McDonald's. I see shit like Five Guys. And I'm like, I'm not going to Toronto so I can eat at McDonald's or Subway or Five Guys. No, I'm going someplace I can't eat at in Buffalo. And when you think about it, it's like, okay, you're gonna go to Toronto and eat something different, okay? But I already I already know what Indian food tastes like. I already know. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, I won't go to like any kind of chain restaurants in Toronto, okay? I won't do it, okay? But if I want a burger in Toronto, I'll go to a local burger place, okay? So I went to Mama's Boys, okay? Well, I'm not even opposed to like going to like a Harvey's because you can't get that in the States. And Harvey's is like the McDonald's of friggin' Canada, okay? You can't get that in the States though. But I went to Harvey's before. It was shitty. The fries were good. The burger was shit. And that's all I gotta say about that. So, moving on, I went to this pizza place. It was on the corner of Young and Adelaide Street. Am I saying that right? Adelaide Street. Okay? It was called like Pizza Olo or something. And I got me like 2 slices of pizza. That's where Retard Face asked me, what am I watching on TV? That's where I was. So I go in there, I get my pizza. I think I got like some veggie pizza, 1 slice of veggie, and then something else maybe. It was like a white pizza or something. It was all right. So I ended up getting that, and then I ended up looking over, and I seen that they had like this pop in there, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I'm looking at it. It's like called Brio or something like that. It's like in a white can, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'll try it once. You know, what's the worst that could happen? You know. So I go up there. I'm like, hey, can I get the? I asked the guy that was working there. He's like an Arab or a Muslim or whatever. And I'm like, what does this taste like? He's like, oh, it tastes kind of like Coke. Okay. I said, yeah, because I can't get this where I am. I'm from Buffalo. I was talking to this guy that run the pizza place for like a couple minutes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not from around here. You know, I don't know what this tastes like. I'm gonna try it. You know, I'm from Buffalo. You can't get this kind of pop in Buffalo. What does this taste like? He said it tastes like Coke. He's like, yeah, I was up in Buffalo like a week ago or something. It was like we were like just shooting the shit and everything. So I bought the pop, and I'm saying it like that because that's how they say it up in Canada. You know, you gotta get a pop. And we say pop too, but we don't say it pop. But so we got the pop, and I drank it, and it was alright. It reminded me of Moxie. Okay, it reminded me of Moxie. Maybe not as strong, but yeah, it was pretty much Moxie. And it was called, what was it called? Brio, I think it was called. I'm not sure about the name. But it came in like a white can. Okay. So, I drank that. And what did I do after that? I forget what I did after that. Then Azima is messaging me, said, meet me at Young and Dundas at, in a half hour or something. So I was right near Young and Dundas. I was at Young and Adelaide or some bullshit like that. So I ended up walking around. I think I went back to the Eaton Center and walked around for a little bit. Then I kind of waited outside where the subway comes up, where the Oh no! What I did was I ended up going to Rosedale Station at one point because I wanted to take the subway and get familiar with it. So I went to Rosedale, and I had to piss like a racehorse because I have like diabetes, and I drink a lot of water. So when I drink water, it goes right through me. And I have to pee like 10 times an hour, you know. So that's what happens there. So by the time I got to Rosedale, I was like already pissing my pants. Not really, but I was like, is there a fucking bathroom around here? So what happened after that? Oh yeah, I found there was like a porta potty at Rosedale, and I'm like, do I really have to go use this porta potty? I do not like using those things. Because knowing my luck, I'll get the one that has the wasp nest in the corner, you know? I'll get the one where people sit there and try to tip it over while I'm in there. I don't like them, okay? So, I go in there, and the porta potty was relatively clean, okay? It's a porta potty, but it was relatively clean. So I go in there, take my piss, I get the fuck out of there. Then I go and meet Azima at Dundas Station. I sat on like a friggin' plant or something that was like right outside where she would come up the stairs. It was in front of a store called Muji or something. Right at Young and Dundas. It's some clothing store. And she comes up. She didn't see me at first. She's like, where are you? Where are you? I'm sitting right here. I didn't see her either. Then she comes up. I didn't even see her until she was right up on top of me. I was like, oh shit, you're right here. Alright, let's go get some Hakka, okay? So I wanted to get Hakka. That was the big thing. I wanted to eat fucking Hakka, okay? Two great cuisines smashed into one. So I forget the restaurant we went to. It was some restaurant downtown. I forget the name of it. It was like right near the bus station, okay? And I don't remember the name of the restaurant. It had some Chinese name to it. I don't remember, okay? It was like Tong Pu, you know, Alibaba, I don't know, but so that's another thing I should get to too. A lot of these places in Toronto, like, you walk into some of these places, right? And like a restaurant, for example, and you need to use the bathroom in the restaurant. A lot of these restaurants have the bathrooms downstairs, or you have to go like upstairs to use the bathroom or something. Like, they're just not like in the corner of the restaurant. No. You have to go down a flight of stairs. Okay? A couple places in Buffalo have that, but not a lot. Okay? And they're not called bathrooms or restrooms. They're called washrooms. Okay? At least that's what they kept calling them the whole time there. Everything I say is washroom, washroom, you know. Moving on. So, we had to climb up this flight of stairs to get to the actual restaurant, okay? We get up there, and we order, what was it? Took me a minute for me to order because I'm just looking at like the menu items. I'm not really I'm not really familiar with Hakka, so I'm looking at the menu. And I wanted something spicy too. I wanted to be Dalsim when I was done with this. I wanted to fucking breathe fire and shit lava, okay? I wanted to piss magma right out of my cock, okay? After I was done eating this stuff. So what do we get? We got chicken pakoras, which is pretty much just fried chicken. And then we got like 2 dishes, and then we went to town on them, okay? We just fucking powered down. We got chicken pakoras, and we got, what was the other one we got? Not curry chicken, chili chicken, okay? And then we got like some Manchurian chicken or something. Because I won't eat, she wanted to get like shrimp something and like fish some. I'm like, I'm not going to eat fish. I don't like shrimp. Because then you have to take off the shrimp shoes. And the fucking line that goes up the fucking shrimp is like their shit pipe, you know? And I'm not eating. I don't like fish food. I don't like seafood, okay? I don't like pork either. So when I tell people that I don't like shrimp or pork, I usually have to make some kind of excuse. So I tell them that I'm Jewish. I either tell them I'm Jewish or a Muslim. Because then that shuts them up enough. Because if I just say, I don't like pork, I don't like shrimp. I don't like shrimp, I don't like bacon, you know. People look at me like I have like 4 heads, you know. So I have to kind of give them like a legitimate excuse for it. So I tell them it's because I'm friggin' Jewish. It's because I'm Muslim, okay? Because then they won't really question it too much. If I just say I don't like fish, I don't like fucking pork, they'll like, you don't like fucking pork? Like they'll do something like that. But if I have to give them like a reason for it, then they won't judge as much, I guess. I don't know. So what I do is I don't like pork and I don't like shrimp just because I just don't like it. Okay, I just don't like it. I don't like seafood or pork. I don't know. I just don't like it. Like I can't stand the smell of bacon either. Like people think I'm nuts, but I don't like it. You know, I don't know what else to say about that. Like I just don't like seafood or like pork, bacon. And it doesn't matter if it's turkey bacon. I don't like it, you know. So we got chicken pakora, chili chicken, Manchurian chicken. It was good. Okay, it wasn't as spicy as I would think it would have been. Maybe it's because even she said she didn't think it's. Maybe because we grew up eating. No, I didn't grow up eating it, you know. But I eat that shit all the time. So it's like a drug, you know. It's like smoking crack. You know what I'm saying? It's like you take a hit off that, you do crack the first time, and you get high as a kite, and you know next time you do crack, it takes a little bit more to get high. You know, so you kind of build up the tolerance. You know what I'm saying? You know, Juicy should know about this. You know, when she's going like that all day. You know, so Maybe it was just, maybe it's just not. Then again, you got people like my mom who will eat chicken wings, but they have to be plain. Can't have any kind of sauce on it. I'll get the General Tso's chicken, but I'll eat around those little peppers that they put in there. What else? I can't have any black pepper because it has a backbite to it. You know? So, I don't know. But they had like this sauce there. It was like a chili sauce thing. And I was like telling Azim, I was like, should I just drink this like straight up? Like just go. I should have. I should have just drank that straight up. And she's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You'll ruin your food or something. I'm like, no, I'm just drinking it straight up. So, cause I'm a daredevil, and I'll do shit like that. Like I'll try like the world's hottest pepper, and I'll take it like a man. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was I got some chicken, what do you call it, the chili chicken or whatever you call it, and I scooped out this huge fucking amount of this chili sauce, and I just slapped it on, and then I took like 3 more, and I just slapped it on there, mixed it in, and then I ate some, and I started like coughing because it actually was kind of spicy. Maybe because I got like the real concentrated part of it, but man, clear up your sinuses right there, you know. And I'm like, what am I gonna do tonight? This is gonna go right through me. I said, this is gonna go right through me. I'll be on the toilet. I'll be like, I wish I had the mild or something like that, you know. I said, I feel bad for these people that are hosting me or whatever, because I'm going to end up killing their plumbing tonight or something. So we get out of there, and we had to pick up our friend from the bus station, the same bus station I came into Toronto in. We had to pick up our friend, and then after we picked up our friend, we went to Chinatown. We went down to Chinatown. Okay, so we go down to Chinatown, and because she had to get a cutting board or something. She broke her roommate's cutting board, so she had to go buy her a new one. And it's funny too. It's like, how the fuck did you break the cutting board? Oh, it was a bamboo cutting board, and I dropped it or something, and it split on one of them. I understand how she broke it, but when I first heard about this, I'm like, how the fuck do you break bamboo? Okay? Isn't bamboo supposed to be real strong? She said, no, it broke in a weird way. So after I actually seen this thing, I understood how the whole thing was put together. Now I guess what it is they took different pieces of bamboo wood, and they probably just super glued them together, you know. So what it was is it broke on the seam, okay, which I understand. It probably just broke off. Like, if you were just to take a piece of bamboo and go like that, you would not be able to break it. I know you wouldn't want to get whipped with a bamboo, so You know? So yeah, we got, and then we went to Meeple Mart, which was just, it was some underground, and I'm not saying it was like underground like it's secret. I'm talking about you literally had to go under the ground to get inside this place. And that's a weird thing about Toronto too. There's a lot of shit that's like underground or whatever. It's really weird to me. Like you can't just go off the street. You can go into the building, but you're ultimately have to go underground for something. So we went into this place called Meeple Mart, and I'm like, what the fuck is a meeple? And I guess they're like little figures or something. I don't know. They're like little bobbleheads, I guess. And Meeple Mart was just like a board game store. They had like any kind of fucking board game you can think of. You know, Monopoly. They probably had Monopoly and shit like that. But they also had shit like Munchkin something. Settlers of Catan. You know, Dungeons and Dragons starter pack bullshit. What was the other one? Some Star Wars game? I don't even know. There was so much shit. Exploding Kittens. That was actually a real name of a game too. Exploding Kittens was a name of a board game. So after walking around Meeple Mart, we went back up. And Meeple Mart, was that Chinatown? Yeah, I think it was in Chinatown too. So then we had to go to this store to get this cutting board, and the name of the store was like Tap Thong something. I don't even remember. It was some Chinese word. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. I'm not gonna try to remember it. But we went in there, we got the cutting board. And after that, we went into, what was it called? ANC Games. It's another game store. And I was looking around. And you know what I bought there? I bought this. I bought this game at this ANC store. Deuce X, Mankind Divided. This is a new one for PS4, and I wonder if this code will work. I hope this code works. It looks a little dirty. It was a used game, which is weird because. It was weird because this game just came out. And there's like fingerprints on it. This game just came out and there's already used copies of it. That's weird. Alright, so that's Clen. I hope this code works. I don't even know if the code works. There's a code in here. And what do you get for the code? You get there's all kinds of shit you can get. But you can get all kinds of shit for this. Okay. Oh, it's day one edition, and it's in friggin' French as well. That's what it shows. Okay. So, got that. And that was like, I don't even know how much that was. That was like $39, which is a good deal because it's actually That's actually a new game. It just came out like a week and a half ago. So that was like my steal of the week right there. So moving on, we got out of A&C Games, and shit. And we ended up, her and her friend went back to her place. I went back to the house I was staying at, and I had no problem getting back there. You know, people thought I was, oh, you'll get lost in Toronto. It's such a big place. Yeah, it might be a big place, but I didn't get lost once up there, okay? I did not get lost at all. So I went back there. I went back there, I dropped my shit off. I put like everything that I bought in my suitcase, and I took a shower there. By the way, best freaking shower I have ever had in my life at this couple's home. So I took a shower there. I ended up leaving out again. Okay. I went to the Harry Potter bar. Okay, there's a bar in Toronto on Dundas Street West and Dufferin Street, and it's called the Lockhart, and it's just some Harry Potter themed bar. Okay. Now, all it is they have. All it is that they just have a lot of Harry Potter shit, like all over the place. They have like pictures of like Dobby on the wall. They had like right in the front window. They had a square, and you could put your face in it. I didn't do it though, but you put your face in it, and like on the top of the square it says, "Have you seen this wizard?" or something. And you know how like they have like the wanted posters in Harry Potter that like move and shit? It's like that. So if you had a friend with you, you could stand in the friggin' put your face in this thing and have somebody take a picture of it. They had that. Then they had like they call their drink menu the potions and tonics or something. I don't think there was any butter beer though. I would have tried it. But to be honest, I was a little disappointed at that place because the drinks were like, there were like some weird fucking drinks there. I don't remember, but I just wanted to get some food, so I'm looking through the food menu. There's only like 5 items on their food menu, okay? And it's like, okay. So I ended up getting something that they call the Royal Toast. It's pretty much just a couple pieces of bread that are toasted, and then they have like what they call a mozzarella mousse. And what I believe that is what I understand, it's like whipped cream. Okay, you know, in whipped cream you go like that, you know, like you can do whippets with. I believe they have that, but it's like mozzarella cheese that comes out. I think that's what it is. Okay? It was like, it tastes like mozzarella cheese, but it kind of had that whipped cream texture to it. And they put it on this bread, and then they put like tomatoes, and the bread's like kind of, you know, like different, like they have the garlic and shit on it. It's almost like a bruschetta, but that was the only thing that I thought was good there that I would eat, you know. So I ended up eating there, and it's pretty much just like, and the place was small too, small and dark. It was pretty much just you're paying a bunch of money to sit around Harry Potter shit, you know. So after that, I took the bus back where I was staying again, and I ended up just going to sleep after that. And spent the night, you know, I was sitting in the bed. I was watching something on my tablet. Oh, I was watching Attack. Well, no, not Attack on Titan. It was it Mike and Ryan something, like Mike Matei and this that guy Ryan that he hangs out with. Looks like he's like ready for like death or something. The guy looks kind of sick. But they were playing this Attack on Titan game. And I don't really know much about Attack on Titan, but they were playing this game and it was talking about it. So I watched that in bed. Ended up falling asleep. And I ended up falling asleep. And then I woke up in the morning. And I went back out again. This is now Sunday morning. I go back out, and I realize, okay, now I have to go get a bus pass again. So I walked all the way down Dundas, got my bus pass, and now I can go do shit. So I ended up, where the fuck did I go? I was hungry. I needed some breakfast, and I ended up in Boys Town. Okay, that's the gay area of Toronto. That's Church. That's Church Street and Wellesley Street. Okay, Church and Wellesley. So I walked around what they called Boys Town. And the thing is that it's not as gay as you would think, you know. All it is there's a couple gay bars, okay? There's a couple gay bars. It's just there's a couple rainbow flags, you know, that's about it. It's just, I don't know, like I wasn't hit on or anything down there, so I guess win-win for me. Like I can't even get hit on by gay men. But my mom was telling me that there was some Greek restaurant around there, but I couldn't find it. I ended up going into this place called O'Grady's. Oh, God. And the everybody there was gay. You could tell. Okay. The waiter was like, "Hi, what's up? What do you want? Where do you want to fit?" All that shit, you know. So I'm like, let me just get the omelet and some hash brown, omelet and fucking home fries. So I got that, powered that down. I didn't believe him. Then I'm like, where should we go next? because I wanted to try this place in Toronto called Holy Chuck. Okay, it's a burger place. Okay, but all the items have like offensive names to them. Okay, I read about this place a couple of years ago. Okay, how they were all under fire because they had a burger there that was called like the Fat Bitch or something like that. And there was like a burger there. There was some kind of burger there called what was it called? The Dirty Half Breed or something like that. And they ended up taking those off the menu because they didn't want any trouble from it. But they left a couple offensive ones on there. Not really that bad. Like they had a veggie burger on there that was called the Animal Feed. Because the animals eat veggies, you know, so you're eating, you know what I'm saying. I don't even remember the other ones. I think it was like, the other one was like, the other one was called like the Fat Pig or something like that. I don't know. Like the Barnyard Threesome or something like that. So it was still kind of morning. It wasn't even open yet, so I said, okay, fuck it. I'm going to the fucking CN Tower, okay? So I get to the CN Tower, and they had a thing there. You can ride it up to the top. And, it was one of those things where you go up the CN Tower, and your ears pop. Okay, your ears start popping and shit. And I'm up on the CN Tower, and I'm taking video on there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to find buffalo. I'm like, could you see buffalo from the CN Tower? You really can't see it. You really can't see Niagara Falls either. I mean, you could kind of see the mist, but no, you really can't. I mean, you could see Toronto from the Skyline Tower, okay? But you have to really, really friggin' look for it, okay? The one place I actually did see Rochester from the CN Tower. Like, I don't know if it was actually Rochester, but I looked across the lake and I'm like, huh, there's a city over there. What city is that? I asked someone, what city is that? That's Rochester, New York. Oh, that's what I thought it was. You know, huh, interesting. Other than that, you're just seeing all of friggin' Toronto. So after CN Tower, I went down. Oh, that was the other thing. CN Tower, they have a glass. There's one part where they have a glass floor, where they have a glass floor, and you can like sit on it and shit, and it's like you look down there and it's straight down the friggin' tower. Okay, you'll end up getting fucking vertigo from that shit. You know, if you're afraid of heights, don't do this. I'm afraid of heights, but I wasn't really affected by it because I know it wasn't gonna break or anything. You know, you got fucking huge people. You got huge men sitting on this thing. You got huge women sitting on this thing. And no brake, no nothing. So I laid on it. I laid on this thing, and I was like, look, I'm falling or something. And, hey, Gravy. So yeah, and then after all that, I went back down. I sat I sat up in the CN tower for like a half hour, just sat there. Because I had to charge my camera. Hi, Gravy. Plus I had to hi there. Hey. Plus I had to waste a little time because it was still too early for holy shucks. Gravy, come here. Gravy. Gravy! Come here. So I went down the CN Tower again. And I ended up going into Union Station after like a half hour. My phone charged, everything charged. So I went to this Holy Chuck's place, which Union Station. I took the subway at Union Station, and I ended up. You take the subway to from Union Station. You take the Young University line, and you take it to Young and St. Clair Station. And you get off at St. Clair, and it's like right there. So I went in there, and I got. What did I get? I got like a double cheeseburger. They didn't call it a cheeseburger. They called it some weird thing. Got that, and then I got, what was it? Oh, it wasn't Greek fries. Yeah, it was like feta fries or something. And a milkshake. So I got that. I powered that down. Which, by the way, that was a good burger, too. That was almost like Mama's Boys, okay? Mama's Boys was excellent, okay? I want to kind of go there again. Hi, Gravy. So, yeah. So I went there. Then it was like afternoon at this point, and I had to be on the bus at 9:05. You know, to go back to Buffalo. I was like, oh man. So, what did I do? I ended up going back down the Young and Dundas. Okay, just walking around again. Okay. I'm going to Young and Dundas, and they had the street preachers out again. They had the Muslims here. They had the Christians here. And like somewhere in between they had the Jehovah's, and I think they had a Mormon or something here. They didn't have the Scientologists though. That I would pay top dollar. No, I wouldn't pay. I would not pay to get out of that cult. Okay. I don't want to pay Tom Cruise a bunch of money to get out of that shit. Okay. So they had Christians here, and it was funny too. The guy that was doing the preaching for the Christians was like some Indian guy, like some dot Indian, Asian Indian guy. What are you doing, Gravy? What are you doing, Gravy? Hey. So some Asian Indian doing preaching for the Christians. Then you got like the Muslim here, and it was funny because they weren't like fighting each other either. Which is a lot of what I've seen in Toronto. Toronto, from what I understand, is the most culturally diverse city in the world, from what I was told. So many different friggin' ethnicities, races, religion, whatever. So many different cultures. It's overwhelming. But what I actually seen, okay, at the Eaton Center, for example, group of people, okay, you got a group of people like walking around the Eaton Center again. This is what I seen in this group. There were like 2 white people, a Chinese person, a Muslim, and like 3 black kids. And they were like walking around like it was nothing. Like, hey, let's all go and get pizza, you know? And it's like, you know, 2 white guys, you know. That's how shit should work. That's how the world should work. You know, none of this shit where none of this racism bullshit. No. That's how the world should work. That's how the whole world should work. There will be no wars if everyone just acted like them, okay? So, getting that off my chest, just walked around with young Dundas for a while. And I started getting hungry. Yeah, I know. A couple hours later, after Holy Chucks, I found this. Azima told me about this burrito place called Fat Bastard Burritos. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to check this out too. I'm gonna have to check this place out because it's called Fat Bastards, okay? Fat Bastard Burrito. Fat Bastard Burritos or something. I had to check this place out. So I found it. I went there. And it was okay. I would compare it to, not like Moe's. I would compare it to maybe more like Lloyd's taco truck or something. But it was okay. I got what do you call it? A pad thai burrito. Okay, that's what I got. And I know Juicy's over there flipping out when she's gonna hear this. You got pad thai. Ooh, that's so basic. And I know that friggin' Barf and Brian, Juicy, and Handsome Tom are all contemplating suicide right now. Because, especially with Barf and Brian, they had me arrested for shopping at Brandy's store. And they did it because they didn't want me having fun in Canada. They knew if I got arrested that I'd be hassled at the border. Which I have been. But they're pissed off right now that they're just pissed off right now that my arrest didn't have any kind of long-term effects. You know, they're like, I'm like, he's going to Toronto. He's going to Niagara Falls. And that arrest did not affect him. He's still making videos. He's still talking shit about us. That arrest did not affect him. And they're pissed off about that. They want to contemplate suicide because of it. And you know what? More power to them. They want to do that to themselves. So after this fat bastard burrito place, I went back to the house, and what do you call it? I went back, and by that time, okay, by the time I went back there, the owners of the place were back home. That was the first time I met them. Okay, and so they were nice people, you know. It's a couple's home, you know. They had a son. I forget the son's name though. They're great people, you know, nice people. The son was about, I don't know, 16, 17, I would guess. Some high school kid, I guess. But it was a nice place, nice, clean home. You know, it was small. You know, it was smaller than my parents' house. But you know what? It was a nice place. It was a really nice place. Okay. And like I said before, I don't know if this is like differing attitudes or what in Canada. But if you were to change the lock on your door in Buffalo to put like a number pad thing on it, and then you know set up your house so that you can have like guests and shit in there, chances are you'll probably get robbed in friggin' Buffalo. Okay? But I don't know. Maybe it had more to do with, you know, the Airbnb site, you know, really screens people for that. I don't know, but because they made me take a picture of my ID and all that shit too. So even if somebody tried to trash the place, they know where to find them. The other thing I really don't know about, and you kiddies can probably correct me on this, is if anyone's ever used Airbnb, is it customary to leave a tip for the host when you go to when you use Airbnb? Because these are just regular people. These are just regular people. Like, you could set up your own home to do this, you know. But is it customary to leave a tip for this? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about that. But I stayed there for a couple hours after that. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just stay here for a couple hours. I'm just gonna sit on the couch. I'm gonna play my fucking Nintendo DS for a couple hours. And I ended up taking a shower again. And then the rest of the time I'm just playing my Nintendo DS. You know, and that was it. I ended up about, I don't know, I would guess around like 8 or so at night. I ended up leaving their home, and I ended up going back to the station, what do you call it? The Toronto, what was it called? I forget the name of the place, but it was the bus. It was like the Greyhound station. It was called like the Toronto Coach something. But that's where like all the Greyhounds and shit come. So I'm in the Toronto station, or Toronto Greyhound station, and I ended up having to take a dump. Okay, Now, I go downstairs, because, you know, all the bathrooms have to be downstairs for some reason. I go downstairs, and I'm going up to the men's room. And the men's room was out of order for cleaning. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like I got a fucking pinch of loaf here. This is all the haka that from the night before, you know. And so take it too long. I'm about to fucking shit my pants, okay? Now, the women's room wasn't closed. So, what I did was I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going into the women's room. And I'm going to take a fucking dump in there. And this woman was coming out. I was going in there. And she was looking at me. We were like, what are you doing going in there? Making a big deal. And it was obvious what I was trying to do. I just need to go to the freaking bathroom. So I went in here. But she was like flipping out on me, like, why are you gonna be in this bathroom? Like, this whole big thing. And, like, just her voice, and it just got me fucking pissed off, and I yelled at her. I was like, I'm fucking transgender, okay? Leave me alone, okay? And she went back in the bathroom, and she was yelling to all the women that were in there. I was like, there's a guy in here, don't freak out. And I'm like, I'm not a fucking guy, I'm a girl. You know, I'm transgender, you gotta respect it, you know, the whole thing. And really, I just really just wanted to fucking go to the bathroom, okay? You know. And this lady was like, well, I don't want these girls, you know, what the fuck, you know. So I ended up just taking a quick dump, flush, wipe, wash my hands, and then I got the fuck out of there. By that time, my bus was already there. My bus was already sitting there. So I get on, and I go back home. Like, we get to the border there. I got a little nervous at the border, okay? Because I had all the shit that I bought in Toronto. Like, I had my Rush vinyl, and I had my my Deus Ex game, and my Wind Waker game in my suitcase. It wasn't covered up. It wasn't anything in there. If you open that up, you'll see it. And I got a little nervous because I didn't know what to do about that. I didn't know if I would have if they would have caught it, if I would have had to pay some kind of fee, or if I would be jailed or whatever. I told them I didn't have anything to declare. Okay. This is when I got real nervous. But I didn't really show it, okay? They made me put my suitcase and my backpack on like an X-ray thing. And one of the officers came up to me and said, "Excuse me, sir. Is that a game system in your suitcase?" I said, "No." He's like, "What is that in your suitcase?" I said, I looked at the thing, I was like, "Oh, that's my CPAP machine." Where's my CPAP machine? It's somewhere around here. I don't know. But you're seeing my CPAP machine in my suitcase, okay? He's like, okay, you're fine. I was like, whew. I didn't want them finding the games or the Rush vinyl or anything. Because I didn't want to have to pay duty on it. So pretty much I smuggled it in. And got back to the bus, and no problem. I had to take a cab back home, though, from the Greyhound station. But whatever. That's my story of my Toronto trip. Now, would I do it again? Hell yeah, I would do it again. Okay? Not right now though. Okay? I want to get a job first. I want to be able to save more money. Okay? But yes. Maybe next spring, maybe next summer, maybe I'll go back to Toronto, and that would be that. I'll take a mega bus again. I'll do Airbnb again. Maybe I'll use the same host again. I don't know, but but yeah, we can meet up. Me and Azima will meet up and we'll get fucking hot sauce injected into our arms or something, you know. But I mean, people say Toronto's expensive. I mean, I'm sure it is, but for real though, it looks expensive because of the way the dollar is. You know, it's like if you go to Japan and you have to use yen, you know, and you see something that costs like 10 billion yen or something like that. But in reality, like 10 billion yen, 10 billion yen is like $50, you know. But you're looking at it like, this is so freaking expensive. It's 10 fucking billion yen. But it really is not. It's the same thing here to a lesser degree. In Canada. Oh, excuse me. I want to go to Montreal. You know, Montreal seems pretty cool, but I'm a little on the iffy side about going there. Just because from what I understand, it's all French speaking, and I don't know a fucking word of French. I'll sit there and start butchering French words, and then I'll end up getting in trouble. And I don't have the patience to learn fluent French. So, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to go to New York City sometime. But again, you know, it's like, I sit there and say yanj because you know, I know that word says young, but it's like I like saying yanj, you know. And it's like even like Montreal, like I'll say something like Montreal, you know. Everybody knows that says Montreal. What was the other thing I kept saying that? I said something like, we're going to Onion Station instead of Union Station. It's like, oh my, she actually said, oh my God, you're actually saying Onion Station. That's like a common word. He's like, I can get it if you mispronounce Young Street as Yanj. But onion is such a common, or union is such a common word that you can't fuck that up. That was a joke. But anyway, I don't know if I want to go to New York City. The only reason is that people in New York City are really, really uptight about, you know, 9/11 and all that. I'd probably go into where 9/11 happened, because I don't know what's there right now. I think there's just like a big memorial. There's like a fountain, I think there. I think they even built like a new tower or something. But I'd go there and I'd say something like off color. And you know, the wrong person. Like Toronto, they don't care. They never had a terrorist attack. And it's like if I say Yanj, no one really cares. No one really cares. People just think, oh, he's retarded, you know? But like New York City, people, you know, I'll say something offbeat like I would say something like, I don't even know, but I would say something really, I don't think offensive, but like, I'll sit there and I'll make some kind of weird joke at a memorial or something, and it just takes one person to hear it, and then I'll get my ass kicked, you know. Like I'd say, like I'd mispronounce something and make it a joke, or something like, I don't even know if me being there with a camera would be like disrespectful or something. From what I understand, in New York City, that whole 9/11 area there, from what I understand, it's just a big tourist trap. You go there and there's people selling hats and shit, and it's kind of disrespectful. That's what I heard, okay? I don't know if that's really true, but I heard that they made it like into like a tourist thing, and it's like really off color. And I would say something like that. Like I would say like, you know, if that's what's really going on, you know, I'd go there and I'd be like, dude, this is really disrespectful. You know, the whole area here is pretty much fucking graveyard, you know, and you're over there like making it into like a tourist thing, you know. In that case, I don't know what would be appropriate, but you know, maybe some people don't think that way. I don't know, but you know, I'd end up making a big friggin', make a friggin' thing about it, you know. But New York City, I don't know, maybe I'll just go and just keep my mouth shut at the 9/11 site or something. Maybe I can do something thoughtful. Maybe I'll have like because usually with my videos I'm just walking around. Like when in Toronto, I was just walking around and just commenting on everything I've seen. I seen a guy, I don't know if it's on the video of me in Toronto, but I seen a guy walking a skunk on a leash. Okay? Now that's interesting. You know, I like to do that, but I think if I go to the 9/11 site in New York City, I'm gonna have to do something like I'm gonna have to think about it a little extra harder, because I don't want my ass kicked, you know. But that was my trip. I had a great time. I want to go again. Not right now. I don't want to go in the middle of winter. So that's it. Enjoy. Somebody just texted me. I don't know. Let Go app, I think it was.